One thing, babe, you wish you knew before we became swingers.
Oh, gosh. One thing I wish I would have learned. I think that, first of all, there's so many different dynamics in a lifestyle that I had no clue even existed. There is no right or wrong way to be a swinger. Just, there's swaps, full swap, swap. I can't do it. Swap.
All swap.
All swap. Soft swap.
If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button.
There's just so many different dynamics, like hot wife, stag vixen, unicorns, bulls, dragons, blah, blah, blah. There's just so many different dynamics. So I think that just really it's not just a bunch of people fucking a bunch of other people. I think would have been, was something, I don't know. I've learned a lot the past couple of years.
It's hard because there's not just one thing, I don't think. I think the biggest one for me is literally how hard it is to meet up with people.
Yes. Yes. And that's normal.
Yeah.
Because most people are like, why can't we meet anybody? And they get so frustrated and angry about it. And
nobody likes us and no one wants to play with us.
Yeah. Eric and I's life, is the lifestyle. We have a very normal monogamous lifestyle and kids and stuff too, but we also we do a business. We have apps. I run an app. We are very evolved in a lifestyle on a regular basis. And we have a hard time finding people that we vibe with and want to play with. And
yeah, because
and we're consumed with it.
Yeah, because I think when we got in this, we were like, oh, everybody's like us. This is going to be really easy.
I remember getting onto SLS for the first time. I'm like, oh, there's tons of couples. This will be easy.
Yeah. And then, and it's funny because I think almost went in naive in a sense of hey, everybody's like us. Mm-hmm. Why would anyone not be like us? And then you really get hit with the reality of all the single guys pretending that their spouses are in the lifestyle. People have other lives too. And how quickly some of these conversations go really hot and heavy and then they just disappear and die.
Yeah. And how, people are weird, or, somebody might make you feel uncomfortable, or you're attracted to the female but not the male, or vice versa, or, there's just so many different things that go into it, and it was definitely really eye-opening.
Yeah, and I think the other big thing, too, is learning to say no and, holding firm.
Yes, being true to your boundaries, and that's okay. You don't owe that's another huge one for me, is you do not owe anybody anything in this lifestyle. People are like, well, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I remember reading that in the beginning. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Fuck your feelings. I mean, that sounds mean. But if you are appropriate to me, I'm going to hold true to my boundaries. And if you're crossing my boundaries or making me feel, I don't owe you anything. Mm-hmm. And I think that was just being a lot stronger and firmer to my boundaries is huge for me. Mm-hmm. Huge. Because even guys, I'd be like, well, I don't want to be them to think I'm a bitch. Now I'm you crossed my boundary. I made it very clear. You're not bringing your wife into this. You've made some inappropriate comments. The conversation's done. Mm. And I'm just a lot more firmer, next. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need the lifestyle. It's just something fun. And so when it's not fun, makes me feel icky, not comfortable, I don't need it.
Right.
I don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah, and I think that was...
Yeah, I think that's been a huge learning experience. And we've seen a lot of other newbies go through that.
Yes, of the people pleasing. Mm-hmm. And then, they're well, I went to, I met up with these people and it just, how do I love it. Everybody asks, how do I politely tell people no, or I'm not interested? That is one of those big questions.
You don't owe anybody your body or sex or an explanation of why you don't want to have sex with them. The answer is no. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel it. I am not giving you this right now. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And anyone that takes that the wrong way and is dick, they do not have a place in this lifestyle. But I think that is huge, huge, huge. Mm-hmm. For men and women.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny because people always do say, what's one thing you wish you knew? And it's. I don't think there is just one thing. I think it's a massive learning.
It's just a learning
experience.
It's definitely a learning experience over the past few years, for sure. But you build the confidence, you build lifestyle confidence, you build body confidence, you
just become more sure of yourself and sure of your relationship.
Yeah, and just what you will or what you do and don't want out of the lifestyle, I think is key too.
It is.
Yeah. So hold true to your boundaries.